Okay, let's see who we're going to do next. All right, so we've done Libra, we've done Virgo. This is your October general reading. Leo, let's see. It's almost like we're going backwards. It's like a countdown. We did Libra, Virgo, and now Leo. Let's see what we can do. And just so you know, we're on a laptop doing this. Trying to do it a little differently. So let's see what we've got. And I do apologize. I've been working overtime and probably going to hopefully be able to do the Wheel of the Year, but I might be getting a second gig because eventually they're going to stop offering overtime where I'm working, right? So let's go ahead and check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. Let's start with an acct oracle card for you. Yeah, Bela Lugosi is dead, but the cover by Nouvelle Vague. White on white, translucent. Okay, all right. Let's get your oracle card here. We have, ooh, isn't that fitting? Because you're Leo. Look at that. It's Makita, she who sees, observance, perseverance, and scrutiny. Okay. Check that out. Yeah, so it's about sitting back, seeing things from afar, kind of surveying the scene, scrutinizing something, not necessarily speaking, but watching. Kind of like, you know, when the lion is observing its prey. Kind of just sit back and watch, right? So I'm trialing 3 new decks here. I've got what we'll be using for you is the St. Petersburg, Russia Tarot. And then I also have the Santa Muerte and the Lover's Path Tarot. So we're going to use this deck for you. This is one of 2 decks out of the 3 that I've most recently acquired that I've wanted for quite some time. I wanted this deck a long, long time ago. And so I'm really happy to have it. Let's see. We're going to do a 10-card spread for you. Third eye chakra. It would be useful for you to do some meditation on your third eye, some chakra cleansing using different frequencies of, you know, almost like Tibetan singing bowls. If you could use the frequencies from that to do some chakra clearing and cleansing on, chakra balancing rather, on your third eye. Interesting that we had the observance and the perception. Twist for fairness, especially considering the third eye. I'm feeling the third eye right now. Okay. In your present, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for you? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, and there's one. Yeah. By the way, if you didn't already know, I only take flippers and jumpers, and I will not take more than 3 if they flip or jump. So when we have like a stack like this, we don't take them. From the bell tower. From the bell tower. There you have it. 2 of coins in the reverse with the lovers in the reverse. A decision has been made, or indecision, actually. Normally this is considered the choice in the tarot. But here, the Lovers in the reverse is a lack of choice or not making a choice or indecision in love or affairs of the heart. This is Gemini energy. And with that, we have the Two of Coins in the reverse. So it's almost like the need to make a decision. As long as you're ambiguous with the universe will be ambiguous with you. So this should be in the upright to say what this is. This is an invitation that you need to make a choice, because right now you may be experiencing a feeling of ambiguity about your choices in love. A situation where you're kind of feeling as if you have choices to make and you're not making a choice. This is what this appears like to me. And again, it's interesting because this is dichotomous energy. We have the Two of Coins in the reverse, which normally would be where we're dropping options, or not necessarily dropping options, but normally this is the to and fro, tossing back and forth of energies, it being of two different minds at the same time, having two different feelings coinciding at once, whereas this is not a choice. This is a lack of choice. This is the inability to choose in between two things in a romantic situation or in the realms of the heart. So it denotes to me with the Two of Coins here in the reverse that there's the need for that. The necessity of that is very largely figuring in your present time. With the present desires, your current desires, where are you at, Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So we already have one. Four of Coins in the reverse. So your desire right now is to do some spending of some sort. Because normally the Four of Coins in the upright, if we had it here, it'd be saving, the need to save, the need to hoard your resources, energy, or material resources. But here it's spending. You'd like to spend. You'd like to splurge on something, either of an energetic resource or a material resource. And with that, the King of Clubs. So this is King of Wands energy in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. So what we would see this as is Leo energy. So this is you. You're looking to splurge on yourself. You're trying to invest in yourself to make yourself appear more regal. Your desire is to adorn yourself in the finery in order to project a regal image out onto the world, is what I'm seeing here. It's almost as if you feel like because with this Four of Coins in the reverse, this is spending. This is spending or splurging or unleashing resources that you would normally hold close to your chest. Seeing that in relation to the King of Wands. King of Wands is normally a leadership figure, but a fixed figure, so it's Leo energy. And because we have that with the spending there, it almost seems as if you're trying to decorate yourself. I'm seeing that as you, like a Leo card, because all of our kings are our fixed energy in the tarot. And the King of Wands is Leo, somebody who is a leader, somebody who leads with a firm hand, of course, but somebody who is hypnotized by the finer trappings. He's sitting on your throne here. And again, like I said, with the presence of that Four of Coins in the reverse, it's somebody who is feeling the necessity or the desire at this time, especially given that it's in the current desires position, that you feel the necessity right now to spend in order to project a regal figure or a regal heir out to the world. And I don't mean heir as in a successor to the throne. I mean an heir as in an atmosphere. You're attempting to keep up appearances in some way using money, using funds. Okay. What you do not expect at this time, Leo. What you do not expect right now. It's like a keeping up with the Joneses. Thank you. Like keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up appearances. That your desire right now is to do that. There's something that's very paramount to you about that. What you do not expect, Leo. Do a flipper there. I'm going to just move that so it's there face down. And another. Coming sideways. Okay, the Hanged Man in the upright with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so right now, what you do not expect is Eight of Swords in the reverse. That is somebody coming out of a mental prison, which is something of their own making. It's their own mental trappings, freeing themselves of that place that they've kept themselves trapped in, self-limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, freeing themselves from that. Somebody is freeing themselves from that. It could be you as well, attempting to free yourself from negative self-talk or self-limiting beliefs. There's also, at the same time, a harbinger of the necessity to gain perspective at this time. Somebody could also be freeing themselves from negative self-talk or self-limiting belief in order to achieve a higher perspective, or a perspective that is going to serve the higher good or the good of their higher self. This is a Piscean card, the Hanged Man. And if you look, you may notice, as is, prevalent on most Hanged Man cards, that this individual has chosen to place himself up on the cross in an inverted pose. He's not actually bound there. It's something of his own making in order to achieve enlightenment in some respect. It's like he's trying to see things from all angles in order to serve his highest good, his higher self, the greatest good possible. So this is something that you're not expecting, which you do not expect, what is hidden from your awareness. So freeing oneself from something that is of one's own doing in order to achieve a higher perspective. This is something that somebody has kept themselves up in their head about, so they freed themselves from it so that they could achieve higher perspective. So that they could achieve a more holistic perspective, I think is better to say here. 12 and 8 is 20. 20 in the tarot would be judgment, which would be making a decision. In order to make the right decisions, judgment calls somebody coming to pay the piper. A summing up period. Understanding where one was and where it is leading somebody in the future as a result of achieving perspective. This individual, whether it's you or another individual, hasn't achieved that holistic perspective just yet. They've come out of the negative self-talk, or they've freed themselves from that self-limiting belief in order to deliver themselves to a state where they can survey things from multiple perspectives. And Piscean energy on that. In the near future for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We do have a flipper there. Six of Cups in the reverse. This is letting go of a long cherished wish, hope, goal from childhood. It could also be letting go of a long-awaited or early childhood connection, something that's a connection from childhood, or the need to. That saying, when I was a child, I believed in childish things, but now that I'm an adult, I put away childish things, kind of comes to the forefront, or to the front of mind, rather, here. What else in the near future? I mean, oftentimes when we see the Six of Cups in the upright, you can expect to see a resurgence of past lovers from childhood, that kind of a thing. This in the reverse says this is time to put those things from childhood to bed. The need to grow up and let go of the foolish dreams of childhood that are no longer practical and do not serve you. And with that, we have the Ace of Cups, because there is either new or renewed connection of an emotional nature on the horizon for you in the near future. This typically people like to attribute romantic relationships to the cups. However, it could also be friendships, co-workers, family members. Connections with family members are water-oriented, as well as, you know, those deep. And I think this is the other thing too, is because it's in relation to the Ace of Cups, it could be that you have to let go of past, especially deep-seated childhood wishes and goals that no longer serve you and are not in your highest good, or connections from your childhood that are no longer in your highest good, in order to see the beginning of a relationship or the renewal of a current relationship with somebody come to fruition in the near future. You know, it's almost like you have to, clean something out in order to make room for something new. Or for something to grow. You know, like when you're gardening. When you're gardening, if you have a piece of a plant that's dead, you have to cut off that dead piece of the plant. Otherwise, the healthier portion of the plant, the majority of the plant, is going to place all of its energy into trying to heal or revive that dead portion of the plant. So you have to snip that off so that the good energy can go to the right places, the appropriate places of the plant, to bud fruit, to bloom fruit, to grow new pieces of the plant altogether, right? Anyway, in the long-term future for you, we have the Eight of Coins. That is putting yourself to work, apprenticing energy. Oftentimes we will see with the Eight of Coins. But it's also about, so mastering one's craft. This is a work card. Oftentimes it's about working hard. But again, honing one's craft, becoming an expert at what one does through apprenticing somebody else, or becoming an apprentice. What else? What else? What else do we have for you? Yeah. Okay, we have two here. Yeah, the Knight of Coins and the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so we have slow plodding, methodical energy, moving of a material nature. It's very methodical, very well thought out, and something on the tangible plane. It's action moving toward. Is this towards or away? So often I will see energy moving this way as coming towards, and energy moving this way as going outwards from you. This is energy that is moving towards you, action being taken towards you. However, this is also being accompanied by the King of Swords in the reverse. Libra also had this, and I'm not sure if it was in the reading that I had done and scrapped, or if it was in the reading that I kept for Libra. But Libra had the King of Swords in the reverse in their present situation. King of Swords in the upright is normally a judge, a magistrate, a parole officer, lawyer, police officer, guard, prison guard, that kind of a thing, corrections officer. Somebody who's a man of the law, somebody who's very logical and strategic, but somebody who's highly intellectual, always living in the logical space rather than the intuitive space. Intellectual versus intuitive. In the reverse, the King of Swords is considered somebody with criminal intent, somebody who is a thief, somebody who swindles others out of things, money, scam artist, oftentimes will be signified by the King of Swords. It is an Aquarian card, which is your zodiac counterpart on the Wheel of the Zodiac, but seems to be the action being taken towards you, very slow, methodical action being taken towards you. Could be something with somebody who's a scam artist, or somebody who is not necessarily being as logical as they should be, or you may not be as logical as you should be. You may be caught unawares. I'm hearing over here. With this person coming towards you, they're doing it very slowly and methodically, And again, it's typically a scam artist, a thief, somebody who could be a rip-off artist, and somebody who does not, is not, and it could be that you're the person who isn't operating out of a logical space when this individual comes forth. I keep looking at the desires thing here. If you're engaging in shopaholicism, it could be that you have somebody who rips you off for some money through online shopping or something of that nature, and they might be kind of looking at your habits, your spending habits, and finding a place where they could take advantage where you might not necessarily notice because you're not living in the intellectual space, not looking at things from a logical perspective. They're taking slow, strategic, methodical steps forward with action towards you, and they know that you're being illogical. This could also be at work in the distant future, where somebody sees where your intellect is lacking and your intuition is great, or your emotionality is higher than your intellect is. Virgo energy on the Knight of Coins and Aquarian energy on the King of Swords. Often, though, that King of Swords, I always see the King of Swords as a criminal. There's a criminal element to it. Somebody who likes to steal from others or is dishonest. Definitely not a just character. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. This is not a time for celebration. The overall energy of this whole thing, Three of Cups is normally, a bridal party, a gossip party, a hen party, three sisters getting together and chatting about others. But again, it's also typically a celebration of sorts. So that's why we see the ladies, they're kind of getting together with their 3 cups and they're cheersing, right? This is not a time for celebration. There could be something that you are encountering right now where you're not necessarily gathering with others in celebration, either because there's a need for reverence, or it could just be that there are other things afoot right now that just don't have you necessarily in a space to do so. Could also be an air of gossip going on. Either you are gossiping or somebody, or there's a group of 3 females. Typically with the 3 of Cups, it's usually 3 females gossiping, getting together and, nonetheless, let's go ahead. Numbers for you, numbers of significance for October for you, Leo. We have 4, 2, 7, and 5. And what is your magnetic poetry? What do we have? Oh, we have some things that fell out, so I have to take those. I'm just going to do these in list form for you. So we won't take so many. I'll make sure we... Somebody could be going to the emergency room. Yeah, you remember how I was saying something about making sure that, the desire is to spend in order to appear regal? It's interesting that came up. I love my magnetic poetry. I'm so in love with it. But take a look. Interesting, eh? Anyway, Leo, I hope things work out for you. Again, this is just the energy of the month. It's not a big deal, and I'm just one tarot reader. There are a million other people that you could look at online. So do have a fantastic month, and we'll see you when we see you next. Okay, bye.